Big news coming out of the Arizona Diamondbacks camp. The team has just agreed to a minor league contract with Trey Mancini. The 32-year-old outfielder and first baseman looking to make his comeback after sitting out all of last season. Now, if you're a baseball fan, you're probably already familiar with Mancini's journey. He's battled through some major adversity. And his career has had its ups and downs. But now, he's back, and this time, he's hoping to reignite his career in the desert with the Diamondbacks. Stick around as we dive into Mancini's remarkable journey, what this signing could mean for the D-backs, and what we can expect from the veteran as he works his way back into the major leagues. Before we get started, if you're a fan of comeback stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get into Trey Mancini's return to the baseball world. Trey Mancini, a career full of comebacks. Let's rewind a bit, shall we? Trey Mancini's career has been full of impressive milestones, but also marked by some tough setbacks. From his early days with the Baltimore Orioles, where he became a household name, to his time with the Houston Astros and Chicago Cubs, Mancini's journey hasn't been an easy one. The man has racked up 129 home runs over his 7-year MLB career and even set a career high with 35 homers back in 2019, showcasing his serious power at the plate. But his story goes beyond just the stats, it's about resilience, determination, and battling through adversity. The health struggles, a major setback. Mancini's story took a heartbreaking turn in 2020 when he was diagnosed with colon cancer. He underwent surgery to remove a malignant tumor. And as you can imagine, his world was turned upside down. But here's the thing about Mancini, he's a fighter. He didn't let that diagnosis define him. And after a year away from the game, he came back stronger in 2021, hitting 21 home runs and proving to the world that nothing could keep him down. His comeback story got even better in 2022. When he was traded to the Houston Astros, he became an integral part of the team's World Series winning roster, adding valuable depth and experience to an already stacked lineup. It was a fairy tale ending for a player who had faced his toughest challenge. And that World Series title was a massive achievement in his career. The Cubs and the tough 2023 season. However, 2023 didn't go quite as planned for Mancini. After signing with the Chicago Cubs, he played 79 games but only hit .234 with 4 home runs. While not terrible by any means, it wasn't quite the bounce-back season Mancini had hoped for. The Cubs ended up releasing him, and he found himself signing a minor league deal with the Miami Marlins. But things didn't pan out in Miami, and Mancini was released just before the end of spring training. It was a tough pill to swallow for a player of Mancini's caliber. But as we've seen time and again, he's never one to give up. A new opportunity with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, Mancini is getting another shot. This time with the Arizona Diamondbacks. The D-backs have agreed to a minor league contract with him, signaling their belief in his ability to contribute at the major league level once again. The Diamondbacks, coming off a strong season where they reached the playoffs in 2023, have a young and exciting team, and adding Mancini to their minor league ranks is a low-risk, high-reward move. While there's no guarantee he'll make the major league roster out of spring training, this is the perfect opportunity for Mancini to prove he still has what it takes. His experience, leadership, and power bat could be exactly what the Diamondbacks need, whether it's as a depth piece or as someone who could make an impact off the bench. With a career full of ups and downs, it's impossible to count Mancini out. What to expect from Mancini in 2024? So, what can we expect from Trey Mancini in 2024? If he's able to stay healthy and recapture some of that 2019 magic, he could definitely provide a spark for the Diamondbacks, whether it's in a platoon role, as a designated hitter, or a utility player who can fill in at first base and the outfield. Mancini's veteran presence could be invaluable for the D-backs, especially as they continue to grow and develop young talent. Even if he's not hitting home runs like he did in 2019, his ability to provide solid at-bats and mentorship to the younger players could make him a very valuable asset. Conclusion. At the end of the day, Trey Mancini's story is one of resilience, perseverance, and fighting through adversity. From cancer survivor to World Series champion to a new opportunity with the Arizona Diamondbacks, this guy has proven that he's not going down without a fight. While it's still uncertain whether Mancini will regain his previous form, his minor league deal with the D-backs offers a glimmer of hope for a potential comeback. Do you think Mancini can return to his old form with Arizona? Or is it just too late in his career for a resurgence? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more baseball news, updates, and comeback stories. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Be sure to stay tuned for more updates on Trey Mancini and the Arizona Diamondbacks. We'll be watching closely to see if he can make his mark once again in the big leagues. Until next time, keep your fingers crossed for this inspiring comeback story. Hey, baseball fans, get ready to hear the latest buzz coming out of the Motor City because Jack Flaherty is back. The right-hander who impressed during his time with the Detroit Tigers is officially returning to the team on a 2-year, $35 million contract. Yes, you heard that right. The Tigers just locked in a major deal with Flaherty, and in case you missed it, this one's got a lot of twists and turns. So, how did this all go down? What's next for Flaherty and the Tigers? And is this move going to be the game-changer Detroit needs? Stick around because we're breaking down this deal, Flaherty's journey, and why it could be a huge win for both him and the Tigers. But before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and let's get into it. Flaherty returns to Detroit, the deal breaker. Alright, let's start with the most important part. Jack Flaherty is back in Detroit after a pretty wild ride last season. Detroit Tigers president of baseball operations, Scott Harris, recently said that he never expected to bring Flaherty back. But hey, the baseball world is full of surprises, right? Harris was initially forced to trade Flaherty to the Los Angeles Dodgers last season for a couple of solid prospects, a shortstop and a top catching prospect, both of whom the Tigers were really high on. But here's where it gets interesting. Flaherty really impressed during his time in Detroit. Harris admitted that in the back of his mind, he really wanted to bring Flaherty back if the chance ever came up. Fast forward to now, and the Tigers got their wish, finalizing a 2-year, $35 million contract that includes a signing bonus, salary, and even a potential opt-out clause. Now, Flaherty's betting on himself to have another great season and maybe even hit the free agent market again next year. So, why did this happen? Well, let's take a look at the deal details. Contract breakdown, money, terms, and what's at stake. Flaherty's contract is pretty straightforward, but also has some cool options built in. The deal includes a $5 million signing bonus, which will be paid out by February 11th, and a $20 million salary for 2024. But that's not all. Flaherty also has a $10 million salary for 2026 with a potential to escalate to $20 million if he makes 15 or more starts this year. You know what they say, strike while the iron's hot. The coolest part? Flaherty can opt out of the contract after the 2024 season, meaning he could become a free agent once again if he has a stellar year. It's a win-win for him. He gets to make big money while taking a chance on having a monster season, potentially setting himself up for a bigger payday down the road. Flaherty's journey, from St. Louis to Detroit, and beyond. Now, let's take a trip down memory lane. Flaherty first made his MLB debut with the St. Louis Cardinals back in 2017. And since then, he's had his ups and downs. He had a breakout season in 2019, finishing with an impressive 2.75 ERA and striking out a career-high 231 batters. But unfortunately, his career hit some bumps in the road, especially with injuries that kept him sidelined in 2021 and 2022. By the time 2023 rolled around, Flaherty had a lot to prove, and that's when the Tigers swooped in to sign him to a 1-year deal. Let's be honest, this move really paid off for Detroit. Flaherty had his best season in 5 years, posting a solid 3.17 ERA with a 13-7 record in 28 starts for the Tigers. His performance was a huge reason why Detroit felt confident bringing him back for another run at the title. The trade to the Dodgers, a critical moment in Flaherty's career. But before Flaherty could even think about re-signing with Detroit, he got traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers last season in a big move. The Dodgers saw a guy who was healthy and capable of being a key contributor in the postseason. Sure, his strikeouts per 9 innings dropped slightly after the trade, but his effectiveness remained. In fact, He helped the Dodgers to a World Series victory over the New York Yankees, pitching 5 scoreless innings in Game 1 of the series. Talk about postseason clutch. Flaherty's time with the Dodgers wasn't perfect, though. He did give up 4 runs in Game 5 of the World Series. But hey, it was all part of the team's wild ride to their second title in 5 years. His contributions were still vital. And even though the Dodgers ultimately traded away some of their own star players, Flaherty's postseason performance definitely left a lasting impression. Why Detroit and Flaherty are a perfect fit. Now, let's talk about the future. Why did Flaherty choose to come back to Detroit instead of staying with the Dodgers or even testing free agency sooner? Well, for one, Detroit offers him the chance to be a true ace again, a position he's thrived in before. Plus, he's only 29 years old, and there's still plenty of prime years ahead for him. As Harris pointed out, Flaherty is betting on himself to have a huge 2024 season. If all goes well, Flaherty could be back on the free agent market next year, but with the added benefit of knowing Detroit has his back this year. Conclusion. So, what do you think about Jack Flaherty's return to the Tigers? Is this the move that'll put Detroit back on the map as a contender? Or is it just another chapter in Flaherty's long, unpredictable career? Either way, this deal is shaping up to be a game-changer. And we can't wait to see what he'll do in 2024. One thing's for sure, Flaherty's looking to prove that his best years are still ahead of him. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Flaherty will hit it big again this season? Or is it time for a new star to shine in Detroit? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more updates on Flaherty, the Tigers, and everything MLB. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for more news, trade updates, and everything else that's happening in the MLB. Whether it's Flaherty, the Tigers, or another big move, you won't want to miss out on what's next. See you soon.